Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Patreon patrons, YouTube subscribers, and generally anyone who happens to stumble across these videos. This is Johnston Blackhorse, and I welcome you to another How to Art drawing tutorial with me, Johnston Blackhorse. And in this video, as suggested by Skullhead NG on DeviantArt, we will be going over hands. Yay! Wonderful. Okay, now the human hand is by far probably one of the most complex anatomical mechanisms to draw. And when I first started out, I had a lot of difficulty drawing hands, and to get past that, I just filled whole pages of hands, and I recommend you do the same. But in this video, we'll go over some of the things I discovered in drawing my own hands. Now, as an artist, one of your best at ready tools for a reference would just be your own physical body, your own form, and I do recommend that you take it upon yourself. Just take some time out to just study your own hands. And as you can see, the human hand, each hand has about 15 points of articulation, 3 joints for each finger times 5. Yeah, so around about 15 points of articulation. And yeah, just take some time, study your hand, and just look at all the intricate folds and joints that just make it up. I mean, by far, it's one of the most complex, like I said, anatomical mechanisms. And where the heck did I put my pencil? There's oh shoot, give me a second. Just reached for a mechanical pencil. Usually wait, hold on. I know I put some pencils somewhere. There we go. I'm just gonna have to pull out a new one. Okay. Yes, nothing fancy, just a regular number 2 HB pencil and my trusty sketchbook. Okay, so how do you draw a hand? Well, first you put your palm on the piece of paper like this, and you outline it. No, I'm kidding. That's a terrible joke. Well, Blackhorse, see, pretty much tracing. You're a tracer. No, I'm not. Okay, now, the hand, you break it up. You got the. We'll just probably have to break this up into maybe different videos. I don't know. We'll see as we go along. But if you break up the hand in different parts, we'll just start by drawing the back of the hand. So you got the whole hand as it is right here, and then you got each of the 5 fingers. I don't know what the argument is, whether the thumb counts as a finger or not. I've heard different things. You have 4 fingers and a thumb, or you just count all of them as 5. But I don't know how you wanna do it. But anyway, so you have the hand, and you have your thumb here, and if you examine your hand, each finger seems to have 3 joints. So taking this index finger here, you got a joint right here, another one right here, and another one right here. And then for the thumb, you have a joint right at the back here where like the hand meets the wrist, and another joint in here, and another joint right there. And like I said, like each hand is different. And I had someone like um, an artist who I was tutoring like a few years ago, like instruct me that um, the lengths of the ring finger vary from males to females, and the same goes for the index finger. And I guess for males, it's like due to the amount of testosterone that the ring finger will usually be longer than ring. Uh, the ring finger will usually be longer than the index finger, and the opposite is there for females. Like the pointer finger will be, or the index finger will be longer than the ring finger. And I went ahead and like looked at several different hand models, or just photos of male hands and women hands, and it does appear to be true. And this is like one thing that I had no idea about. So um, I guess if you're drawing hands from male to females, like if you want to put that much detail into it, like you just, I guess you can try to follow that generalized, I guess, anatomical rule, or genetic rule. And um, as an artist like myself, like since I just draw like my hand a lot, like I usually just use like my own hand for reference for like a lot of pieces. So in a lot of the um, drawings that I do, like all the characters have like the same like um, length of fingers that I do. So apparently, by this rule, like a bunch of my female figures go around with uh, the ring finger and index finger of a male male person. So yeah, I'm not going to go back and like just fix all those drawings. But anyway, if you want to move forward and like keep that in mind, I guess you can. Sometimes I try to keep that in mind, but for the most part, I just fudge the details or whatever. Just I don't think you have to go that far in depth with your anatomical drawings from male to females. Just like hourglass figure and breasts and legs aside and musculature aside, like to go so far in depth as to like make sure that your male figures have the appropriate index and ring finger length, and same going for your female figures. But I don't know, like sometimes I choose to, sometimes I don't, but I guess that all depends on like I guess how nitpicky you want to be. But anyway, like we're gonna go ahead and go for drawing like the back of the hand at first for this lesson. So like I said, when I first started drawing hands, I would like start with the palm. Now the palm is, excuse me, the palm is somewhat, let's start with a basic square shape. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see it. And when drawing the knuckles, there's 4 of them. Now your index, middle, and ring knuckle will more or less like line up like that, but the knuckle for the pinky will be knocked back a little bit. So if you can see here and like use this as a guide, so like these knuckles kind of line up a little bit, but the pinky's just probably just a little step back from that. And like I said, let's, excuse me, just draw a little extension for the wrist here. So like when you're studying your hand, it's like just taking like mental notes of where everything lines up. So like when the wrist connects to the hand, like see where it lines up with the turn the camera so it can, so you see how it kind of like lines up with that first knuckle here, and then the other side of the wrist kind of lines up like with this third knuckle. So just go through and like draw these little guidelines or whatever. Now for the general like length of the fingers, like I'll make it like the length of the whole hand. So we'll draw another square, like the same length as we got for the palm. Now for the thumb, that joint, this bottom joint, like it's like right there. Like I said, you want to like use your own hand for reference, and for like a lot of hands might be different, but for me, the next joint in the thumb goes like right down the middle of this hand, so that joint will be there. And then the next joint right here will like line up with the knuckles you have here. And you see how the tip of my thumb will just line up with that finger right there. But let's just get the rest of these in here. So since the your ring finger is going to be your longest finger, like when drawing like my guys, or just like when I first started out, I would draw like the length of the middle finger first. Now when you're examining your joints and everything, like this part of your finger is like the longest part of the finger, and then like the subsequent other lengths just or like if I can use this, like the other two sections, like I'm using my other finger to like measure that. So this joint here just falls right in the middle of your finger here. Now these two smaller joints, like they're not perfectly measured, so like they're not, it's not like this next joint goes in the middle, but it'll go somewhat a little higher. So we have a middle finger. Yay! Just a big FU to the whole freaking world. No, it's not. Shut up, me. You're ruining my video. Jeez. God, what are you thinking? Anyway, so we have that, and as you can see, like with my hand, like the tip of my index finger lines up with the like last joint in my ring finger. And so this for the index finger, like again, the joint like falls, like this joint will like fall right in right smack dab in the middle, from the knuckle here to the tip of the finger. And for right here, like this last joint in the index finger just goes a little higher, like we just like I showed you here. Like these two bones here, they're not like the same length. So when I fold that over and like use my other hand for reference, it's just a little bit smaller. And the same's going to be like that for each finger. So we just kind of go in, and again, like this doesn't fall in the middle, so it goes a little farther than that. And we'll just continue going. And for the tip of my ring finger here, kind of falls in between like this last joint and the tip of my middle finger. So draw a little guide there, draw the rough shape for the finger, and then that middle joint just falls right smack in the middle, and this last joint just a little like a little higher than halfway in between these 2 points. And the pinky, look, the tip of my pinky here will just line up like right under that last little joint on my ring finger. So we lightly sketch that in, and then just measure like or just gauge like the middle of the pinky, put that joint in there, and just do the same thing we've been doing for each one of these fingers. So we have the basic sketch for the back of a hand. Just fill in a little bit more of the details. Put some fingernails in there if we want to. Put a little these little folds in the skin, bring out that that realism. And there we have the basic guide for drawing a hand. Now I'd like you to just, on your own time, just like I said, just study your own hand, like see how it measures up, like just using your own hand for reference, and just like measuring the ratios of what makes up your hand. And like I said, like each individual hand is going to be different, and from male to female, like the various like lengths of the fingers are going to be different there too. And just take some time out to just really study like your hand, and just draw your own little guide of how to just map out your hand. And we're coming up on the like a 20-minute mark, so I'll go ahead and like cut this video here, and so just do a continuation next week on where we draw like the other side of the hand, like the palm side. And we'll go over like other details, because like when you're just really taking everything in, like it's the hand's going to be somewhat similar when you're drawing the palm, the face side of the hand, but there are going to be different details in it. Like you see, like you're not going to be drawing knuckles, you're going to be drawing like the folds in the pads of your fingers and your hands, and just going to be taking notes on the subtle differences of from the back of the hand to the palm of the hand. Anyway, I hope you were able to gather some details or information from this video, and just take it upon yourself to just follow along with what I did, measuring out or blocking out the palm, just blocking out the blocking in the fingers and the joints, and like the other ratios, and generalize measurements of what I just showed you, like with the little using your own like self as measurement, I guess. But anyway, I'll go ahead and cut it here, and just hope you enjoyed this how to art with Johnston Blackhorse. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and if you want to support more videos like this and more art content from me, please visit my Patreon. I'll leave the link in the description section below. And yeah, I guess was there any other info I need to relay? I think that's it. Anyway, sorry for like some lacking of content. I'm working on some new auctions to post on my Patreon, furry Beehawk auctions to post. I haven't been able to do that yet because I've been working on some commissions as well. And also, a little bit of news, I invested in the Adobe Cloud. So I'm just getting back to just playing around with that again, getting used to the programs, and I'm hoping to crank out a lot more high quality content once I guess work that into my schedule. Right now it's just really all over the place. I'm just getting used to my sister not being here, and just I'm feeling better after that, and just trying to get back in the saddle, especially with getting the Adobe Cloud again. I'm really excited. I've already been playing with the new Flash program, which they call Adobe Animate, and it's been really fun just getting my hands back in there and just getting to be able to utilize all these old tools that I used to use, and it's been a real treat for myself. And I'm hoping like I'll be able to generate more content a lot faster now that I have access to all these old programs that I was so accustomed to, and I'm just getting used to using again. But anyway, just a little explanation on that. I'm hoping to post these commissions once they're done. Just give you a little preview, I guess, while I'm here. Why am I so unorganized? Jeez. Okay. Show you the soon to be released furry auctions. So these are just like cleaned up sketches of the Friday art dump that I had posted earlier. I gotta trace them on let's see, cardstock. Right now they're just on loose copy paper. So like I said, these are just cleaned up sketches, and then I just got to transfer them over to cardstock, and then ink them and shade them, and then we'll get those done. And this is one of my complete commissions, and I forgot these characters' names, but the commission was to do these video game characters, but younger versions of them, and also do a background with them in their post-apocalyptic world, and I hope I was able to get that across pretty well. And here's another commission. Like I had just I worked on this one today. I sketched it up in blue sketches, And as you can see, I've already transferred it. I'm getting ready to ink it tonight, and I'll be rendering it hopefully tonight once if I still have the energy. And this is like another inked drawing. These are like the rough inks that I put in. Like as you can see, they're pretty like thin. I usually like to go in and just thicken a lot of the more important lines when I'm done. And then again, like once all the inking is done, I'll go in and render it with pencil. So this is another commission that's almost complete, and I've been working on these like for the past few days, and in the middle and in the midst of that, just playing around with the Adobe Cloud again. So once I get these commissions and auctions done, I'll have a lot more time to just mess around with these programs, and just hope to get another or a lot more animations out there. Anyway, I think I've rattled on enough, and just going to go ahead and end this. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and become a Patreon patron. And I'll check you guys later. Cool. Click.